Hi, I'm Connie Moser. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Knights of the Round Table. My guest tonight is Patrick King from Imagine Design. Patrick,
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming. We're just going to start off easy. You can talk about anything you like. I would like for you to tell me a little bit about Imagine Design, and then we can move on to anything you like.
Okay, well, Imagine Design, now Imagine, we've just rebranded this month. It's been a very exciting month. But we're an integrated marketing firm. It means we handle online, offline, traditional, social media, SEO. Really, the whole spectrum of marketing for our professional service firms.
So someone could come to you. Do you use like startups or rebranding or all of those things? Or
Yeah, well, startups and rebranding, but we try to focus on professional services, which can be architects, even general contractors, healthcare, legal, consulting, that sort of thing. Because, well, with just our experience, we perform very well, and we have so much experience in those fields, so we just try to focus on those, and by focusing, we end up learning more.
so if I owned like an ice cream store or
I'd spend my money there.
but you prefer not to focus on more professional groups, or?
Yeah, because with each industry, there's a learning curve, and there's a certain amount of knowledge that you have to have about each industry before you're really worth anything to that client. And so if it was like an ice cream shop or hunting goods store or something like that, we don't really know enough, I don't think. We may have done jobs for a couple clients, but I would rather we specialized we pick what we're specializing in and just stick to it. Because
It's kind of refreshing, but doesn't it sort of limit your clientele, or?
it does, yeah. It limits the landscape quite a bit, but with every, let's say, law firm that we work with every law firm that we work with, we get better at working with law firms. So while we may not do the ice cream shop, we are really good at doing law firms. So we're more valuable to those industries than we
But
would
isn't
be
that
if we
kind
were
of like,
everybody.
when you first start out a career and you're trying to get a job and you go on a job hunt and everyone wants you to have experience and you don't have any experience because no one's ever hired you. Isn't it kind of the same concept?
Yeah, and we didn't start out as specialized. We started out really going for whoever would pay the bills, really. And over time, this is just something that's happened. This is something that's created itself.
Well, most of your clients sound sort of serious, sedate sort of firms, but I don't believe your office is that way, is it?
No. We try not to keep our clients as sedate when we're done with them. We try to make things a little fun. It definitely adds some personality into each client because it's already there. I mean, every client we have, the people that comprise those businesses they've all got personalities. They've all got interests. They all have a sense of humor. So what's the point in it being hidden behind this staid and cold identity? It doesn't make any sense.
So you try to bring out a little more human touch to their,
Yeah, make it fun, but still be taken seriously.
Can you give me an example of a client that you've done that with?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. We did. That was kind of the whole drive behind our project with Duval Wheeler with their website, because they're accountants. And typically, when you think accountant, you're not exactly thinking.
Kind of nod off a little bit.
Yeah, you're not thinking of rock stars here, but they knew they were different. They knew they weren't, cold and boring and just number crunching zombies. They knew they weren't that type, and they wanted to be able to project that. So really, that's what started us off with them, and then in creating a website that's serious but has a nice sense of humor to it.
Do you do most of your work in-house, or
Yeah.
do you have a large staff?
Not right now. No. We're desperately hiring now.
That's wonderful news for Prince William County. If you're
Yeah, it's wonderful news for Prince William County. Yeah, and it's wonderful news for us too, as long as I can find the people that I want to hire. Until then, I'm just doing the job of like 5 people.
Well, since we're job oriented here, would you just mind telling me what you're looking for?
We're looking for graphic designers. It's a hybrid print web position. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to be, you don't have to be a code monkey for the position. You just need to understand the ins and outs of web design. So we're looking for a graphic designer and then a dedicated web programmer. And we're also looking for admin help in the office. More of an office manager and somebody that can control me and my wife and the other guys in the office.
Would that have anything to do with them playing golf or?
You mean the Red Cup Classic?
I think so.
That's a golf tournament we started last year. Last year, I forgot why. I think it's so somebody could have the day off. Putters and golf balls, and then a red Solo cup that we put somewhere in the office, and that's the hole. So you have to make it all the way around the desks and the tables and the chairs, and a lot of people got stuck in the bathroom. And we have this like extension cord obstacle course where the ball gets stuck, and so we've turned that into an annual thing because that's.
Why not?
Oh, exactly.
Because why not?
Yeah.
So do your clients come in and play too, or is that just?
They're invited.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anyone take you up on
No.
that?
No, because indoor golf tournament. You think somebody's going to lose an eye, but no, we keep it pretty safe.
Yeah. Oh, so you wouldn't call that part of your marketing strategy. I'm looking at my notes here, and one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was the diversity of marketing, and I wondered what trends you see.
Well, like I said before, we're an integrated marketing firm, which means really any way that a company needs to communicate with their audience, whether it's current clients or new business or even making community statements, things like that. Really every avenue. Unfortunately, a big misconception with businesses nowadays, unfortunately, is they feel like, okay, well, I'm going to get a nice website out there, I'm going to get a nice logo and some business cards, and then watch the business roll in. Mm-hmm. And
that doesn't work.
It just doesn't work that way. And depending on your industry, you need to know what your you need to know what your plan is. What's your approach? If you're a general contractor, you're not going to be hanging out on Twitter. You'll probably do something more like make sure you have the marketing collateral and the website, have that up and loaded, and then focus more on speaking engagements, press releases, article submissions, things like that instead.
Mm-hmm. You facilitate those things for your clients?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, managing their calendars, their editorial calendars, stuff like that. Just make sure, and knowing that, okay, going right out the gate, these are the things that you need to avoid. Maybe Facebook's not for you. I'm sure it's fun when you're sitting on the toilet, but it's not fun for you in business. So, so knowing what's the right thing to do, when is it the right time to do it, and then doing a really good job at whatever you choose to go after.
So do you essentially train your clients for some task, or do you continue to do that for them indefinitely?
Yeah, when it comes to social media, that's social media and SEO. Those are some things that we like to make sure that our clients are well versed in.
That's search engine optimization?
Search engine optimization, yeah. Mm-hmm. Making sure that they're well versed in the basics. Like if they're going to manage a blog, or call it whatever you want. It's a blog or a news feed or whatever it is on their website. You want to make sure that the content is something that's going to be picked up by search engines. It's going to be something that's easy to read. Mm-hmm. And then when somebody's skimming through a website, you want to make sure the content is not 6 miles long. You want to make sure it's just to the point, because people are going to skim, and everybody has ADD when they get online. So knowing how to create your content so that it actually works for you.
When I first started doing web pages, I think the rule was 3-click Anything over 3 clicks, you were dead. If people have to search for anything, they don't.
Yeah, and nowadays you're lucky if people will go to that third click.
We run Google Analytics on one of our websites. It's pretty depressing. The bounce rate is pretty. The page views look really good, and you see all of these people, and then they're there and gone.
Yeah.
They're not looking around at your 19 pages of content. They saw one thing and they left.
Well, a good way to fix that is on your page, if you can put related content and have that in the viewable area, what they call above the fold, have that in the viewable area, so that you're almost cross-promoting your own content. That's a nice way to get people to bounce back and forth. If it really just has the page's content there and then like a contact form, then you're not really enticing people to look around your site. You're not giving them little previews and something else they might be interested in.
So firms like lawyers and accounting firms, and do they require a lot of interactive web content, or is it pretty much informational?
Depending on the law firm, because there are a lot of regulations out there. But thought leadership is the big one, making sure that you're good at what you do. That's the content. That's the about us and the services and testimonials and things like that. It's making sure you're good at what you do, but also making sure that you're showing that if you have a community focus, that you're demonstrating it, like recent events and things like that, and things that you've done. And also with thought leadership, articles, showing where you've been published. So it's all content. It's all broadcast, but it's what you broadcast and how you broadcast it that makes a big difference.
So you're probably integrating video and audio and
video, hardly any audio. But yeah, having video, especially like speaking gigs and things like that, is very important.
Okay, what else do you want to talk about? Because that was all my questions.
That was it?
Yeah.
That's all you got for me?
Yeah, so you're on. You can talk
man.
about anything you'd like to.
Oh man, so what am I going to talk? I don't know.
You can talk about, did you want to talk about We Fight Ugly? Because I love that campaign.
Oh, are you talking about the contest that we do? Oh, okay.
That was actually how I met you, was
Is
from
it?
that.
Wow.
I work for a nonprofit, and well, you don't work for a nonprofit, you volunteer for a nonprofit. And I think I've submitted a web page from every nonprofit that I've ever worked for to that contest.
Yeah, I think one of them was Axe, wasn't it?
No.
No? You
No.
didn't submit Axe?
No, Jen Jones, I think, did that.
Oh, I think like 35 people submitted Axe.
Probably.
It's weird how we'll have one charity that everybody rallies around to promote it each year, and it's always somebody different, and it's surprising. Like this year, the one that won our contest, West Rash. Honestly, I'd never heard of them.
I haven't either.
But
What do they do?
They raise money for like children's cancer research.
Oh.
And they also raise money to help support other charities, like CASA, which is another one that we're really heavily involved in. But never heard of them. Took a look at their website. It's like, wow, how have we not heard about this? Because of everything that they do. And it's full of people that all have their own full-time jobs. It's like a family put this together.
Wow.
And they do so much, and then the entries just kept coming and coming. Like, I can't get 35 people to email one person about anything, but they just, every single day, there was at least one or two. Like, yeah, how can we say no to that? So that's what happened with them. That's what happened with Axe the year before that, and then that's what happened with the Center for Alexandria's Children the year before that. It's just, it's amazing to see people rally behind a charity and make this happen.
What's amazing is what you do is so beneficial. It may seem like you're doing one job, but it is the entire future for a company. When you provide them with that website that attracts people, it is their entire future in your hands. Did I just scare you with that? 'Cause
No. No, it's good for us to be able to give back projects like that. And throughout the year, we constantly work on pro bono projects for clients. I mean, right now, we probably have a half dozen in-house right now.
You probably didn't want to say that on camera.
We're full. We're full. But we do like to stay involved constantly in causes that we believe in.
Well, you do.
I mean, we're not going to give away like a free website for like, Turkish oil wrestling or something. But as far as
Are
like,
you sure? Have they asked you? Because
not yet. But we'll see what happens this year's campaign. I might get a bunch of entries for that.
Okay, is there anything else you want to cover while you're here? Or
I think
you
that's
can
it.
always come back because we have a good time here and we love to have guests. And you can always come and talk to us again.
Well, I'll just come back.
Okay, all right. Well, I want to thank you very much for your visit.
Thank you.
I hope you'll join us next time. Can't remember who our guest is because I don't have my calendar in front of me. But I do have a great editor over there. I'm sure he's going to fit that right in. So this is Connie Moser. I want to thank you very much for joining us again this week, and we'll see you soon. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, just look down there at the bottom of the screen, and the contact information is there.